What's going on, guys? Today we are taking everything we've learned over the last few weeks about weapon stats and building the most balanced builds we can, while considering weight, ergo, and recoil. I went with the AKM, while A Dizzle chose the MCX. We want to find out whether or not building a balanced firearm will perform up to the standards we are used to from meta builds. So let's get in raid and see how it goes.
This right here is what I came to see.
Really, I'm here for this one.
Yeah, that was not bad either, but
I mean, that is nice, don't get me wrong.
what about this person?
Whoa, that's cool as shit. All right, so today we've got the conclusion of all the breaking down stats, and this is our balanced builds, and we are going to attempt to go hunt down Kaban.
Yeah.
I built an AKM, something that's not commonly used, not a meta gun by any means. Total build weight was 4.373. That is fully loaded. We are sitting at 66 ergo, which surprisingly, it was kind of hard to not get high ergo with this build, which is fine. It's not bad to have it. I was just surprised to see I got so much building the recoil so low. But yeah, 66 ergo, and then with a vertical of 77 and a horizontal recoil of 197. A 2.37 MOA and muzzle velocity at 743 meters per second. Some of the parts are specifically chosen for weight, some specifically chosen for recoil, some because of the balance and just the amount of value they add to it, like the RRD-4C. This thing's a really good muzzle brake. It's not the lightest, but it is good. But yeah, that's what I came up with. The KM 762, and that's the other thing. It is 4.3 kilos, but that is a 762 firearm, so it's surprisingly light for the build.
Yeah. And I ended up going with the MCX 300 blackout. Stat wise, we're sitting at 4.3 kilograms, which is not bad. Ergo 46, vertical 68, horizontal 188. So pretty balanced overall. I was trying to stick to the 50 ergo because that's, after last week's bid, that's kind of the middle of the road where I felt like, you were still okay. Wasn't too bad, like I think I was at like 40 something last week and the gun felt fine. And then muzzle velocity, we're sitting at 641, which is kind of slow. This is the ammo and stuff. This is like a slow weapon all around. Like, it's subsonic, I believe. No, CBJ's not subsonic, is it?
No, I don't think so.
Wonder why it's so slow. 635.
It's just a heavy round. 300 blackouts thick. Okay. Let's go look at hull and tie first, I suppose.
Yeah.
Work our way around.
Check.
I am very snappy. I do like this so far.
Oh shit, snipey scab.
I don't know where they went.
I think he laid down. That's what they've been doing, shooting and then laying down.
I'm just gonna go over the rail right here. Scabs. Keeps kicking the door, but it's shutting in his face.
I mean, that's what you gotta do some days.
Yeah, this is responsive.
You good?
No. Yes. I did not expect 3 of them to be in here.
Where'd you go?
I went over the railing, or over the,
Over the couch?
yeah. As soon as I turn the corner, there's just 3 of them running towards me. I'm like, oh shit. Coming up.
Yeah.
Somebody was just moving around. They might have been on 2nd floor, though. I don't think he's here. Yeah, I mean, so far, this, for being a big 7.62 by 39 AK, this thing is surprisingly smooth. Knowing that you don't have to run meta parts and you can still get something that's so responsive and recoil controlled, like it's pretty nice. These are parts that you would normally never put on a firearm.
Yeah. The only thing I would ever sometimes use on this gun would be the shift grip, which I don't use often because you can get better recoil out of other ones.
Right.
And then the SRD suppressor. I never use that thing. And even the Valday scope. I normally don't use it.
I've been using the Valday a lot. It was sniper scope.
Okay.
I've been using the Valday a lot. The part on here, I don't typically run the Zukov S. Which, well, to be fair, I don't typically run AKs that can run the Zukov S, especially with the AK Evo in now.
Yeah,
But
the
it's not an
Zukov
option
I
on the
think
AKM.
is.
It is really
I think
good.
it's
like best
yeah,
in slot.
second best. Yeah.
I've got the Osavets on here, which I did used to run this a small amount, like I used to run it here and there, but it's becoming a staple more and more. And then I've got the AK-12 pistol grip, which I know nobody ever really runs. It's not great, but for weight, it's phenomenal. It's really good on weight. And then I've got the Ultimag. Like, there's no reason to run the Ultimag over the AK-30 mags.
Who the?
I don't know. I'm ignoring him. He's somewhere out that way.
He's right here.
But there's a few options. But putting it all together and seeing something come out that's lightweight, decent ergo, well, pretty good ergo on this actually, surprisingly good ergo on this one, and solid recoil. And it's not, 500,000 rubles, nothing but meta parts. Like, this isn't suppressed either, and it's got this good a recoil. I mean, it's
Yeah,
it's
that's
just
not
really,
bad for an AK.
No, dude. 4.3 kilos, 66 ergo, which is through the roof, 77 vertical and 197 horizontal on a 7.62 by 39 AK. That is really good. Yeah. And it's off meta parts. It's parts that are not commonly used. They're cheap. They're, it's just efficient stuff.
Yeah, that's the same thing with this MCX. It's mostly a stock MCX with oh shit.
I got him.
It's mostly a stock MCX. This is a MCX stock right here. You can probably get better ones, but I was trying to balance out the build with weight, ergo, just everything we've done over the last couple weeks. So it's like that's what I landed on. But like really the only thing you need to buy for this, if you buy it, is the shift grip,
Right.
the adapter, the rail for it, and then I have the pistol grip, which is the MOE, the Magpul MOE, and the scope and the suppressor. That's it. That's the only things that are on this gun, which I think the stock MCX is decent already, but it's not a
Not a
meta
meta
type
choice
gun.
by any means. Yeah,
No,
exactly.
No, not at all. Doors open over here.
Yeah, it's empty.
Oh, okay. But yeah, the 46 ergo is fine for me. Like,
Honestly,
I'm having no issues ADS with this thing.
I was running at 38 ergo, and it wasn't like extremely snappy, but it was fast enough to where I didn't really think about it. I'd say like 40 to 45 is like perfect range, just like if you want.
Yeah, the only time I could see this being a problem would be like if you're coming out of a door, say you're in like a stairway and you just don't hear the person and you just run right into them. But in that situation, you're not going to ADS anyways. You're just going to hip fire.
Yeah, you're hip fire. Yeah.
It's like I really don't see a situation where it's going to hurt you.
Right. How do we want to approach Kaban's area? Which it doesn't sound like they're here.
Yeah, we'll just keep going this way. I thought that yesterday, and then oh shit, he shot me through the freaking metal gate. I think that's PMCs. Oh, upstairs, one dead. Damn, I just lasered that dude.
Might have just been the one.
Maybe.
Yep, just this one guy. Do you want his grenades?
Nah. Yeah, that was a clean little one tap.
Off meta weapons. Well,
Yeah,
and that's the other
not
thing
bad
too.
at
It's
all.
like, do you really need to go spend 400,000, 500,000, 600,000 up to 1,000,000 rubles on a fucking gun build
No,
just to
absolutely
get
not.
that great recoil? I don't think so.
Yeah, I could use this gun all day, every day, and not have an issue.
That's 7.62 by 39. I mean, I know that there's better options like the RD and the Mutant, but that just goes to show like even a bad 7.62 can be turned into something decent.
Right.
Like it's a reasonable enough pattern that I would have hit and killed probably whoever I was shooting at.
You want to hit this marked room real quick? Not looking good. I will take the P90.
So yeah, we're
But yeah,
both
I
sick,
just-
by the way, for those of you listening.
Yeah.
Couldn't see which one he was behind for a minute.
Check my LED Xbox here. No LED X. They might be over there, maybe.
Yeah, kind of what I was just thinking.
They hit me with the grenade launcher the other day, and I survived. Someone running in right now.
They're coming back out.
There's 2 PMCs dead right there on the sidewalk or on the road.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, nobody, unfortunately.
Sniper
Alright,
scope.
sniper.
That's just my bad aim there. Whoa, whoa, guy. Yeah, I like this AKM. I think maybe there's a decent suppressor I can put on it. I don't know if there's a better option for recoil, though, on this
No,
build.
there's not. There's not. Not on the 762 AK.
Outside of
Actually, I
just
take
going for
that back.
heavier parts, I can't really
you
get
could-
the recoil down.
Oh, shit. You could, I guess, put the adapter on it.
I still don't know if there's one that's going to be better, though. Right side, right side, right side.
Nice.
Look at all
I
those
didn't see
blood
him.
splatters. What the fuck? Yeah, 77, 197 at range. I'll shoot at the ELA here. I'll try to keep it within the face.
Oh my god. I mean, not
that
bad.
climbed
There's,
a
that's,
bit.
it has
That's
the
pretty
initial
far
AK
range.
jump.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the normal AK jump that you get with your first few shots. It just always does that.
And to be fair, it's only like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shots, maybe. That's
Yeah,
not a
not
bad
bad.
grouping for a 7.62 AK of that kind of range. Full
No,
auto.
no. It wasn't bad, especially after those first few shots.
But to be fair, also, how often am I actually firing full auto at that range, you know, outside of
Right.
accidental?
Yeah, I mean, the AKs, as far as recoil goes, you can't really get them down to like M4 levels anyways, so it's like
No.
your best bet is to balance it out as much as you can instead of just putting everything on it to get low ergo and then sacrificing, or to get low recoil and sacrificing all your ergo.
All your ergo, all your weight. Because those low
Yeah.
recoil parts are very heavy. And that's part of
Yeah.
it too. Like, to get the recoil down, obviously the weight needs to be up a bit, but
Damn, dude, streets marked rooms are shit.
sometimes, yeah. Sometimes they're decent, though. It's weird. But yeah, I was surprised when we did the weight test and found out that it matters. I was surprised with the threshold of recoil or ergo that you can get away with, and still have a snappy, responsive gun that has very little oversway. But granted, you build in your lightweight and your ergo just enough to keep the oversway down and keep the gun responsive and snappy and have long ADS times and quietly
Yeah.
be able to ADS and stuff like that. And then your recoil gets mixed in. You get a pretty decent recoil when you're building light.
Yeah.
When you're looking at stats anyways. A lot of those light parts still work out for it okay. But you do have to kind of like finagle some stuff on here. Like the Osavets isn't the best choice, but it's manageable for the weight. And then you only get a small hit to your ergo, or a small gain in your ergo, but you get a decent recoil reduction. It's a lot of give and take when you go to build these guns. It's a lot of like, well, this is heavy, so how can I drop that weight? Do I have to run this awkward laser that doesn't have a flashlight? And you know, I don't typically run this rail, the rail on front, the handguard, but it's a light and it makes up for the Osavet, so it just kind of comes together.
Yeah, I'm happy with this build. Like I said, I could use this all day, every day, and not have an issue.
And there are parts like you come up to, and it's, you know, they're parts that you don't want to sacrifice, right? Like you're like, oh, I don't want to lose my SE5 grip, or I don't want to lose my SI Cobra grip, or I don't want to lose my Grawl.
Right,
That,
parts
and the
that
other.
are
But
clearly
when you-
best in class, yes, it's like, it sucks to not use them, because you know how good they are already, and it's like,
Yeah.
it's hard to justify using something else when you know there's something better. But that's where using stuff we don't normally use comes in, because I've learned now that, especially if you're trying to be like conscious about how much money you're spending and shit, like,
Yeah, this build's
You can get-
112K.
yeah, you can get mid-tier parts a lot cheaper than the meta parts. And like I said, if you build your gun out overall, like, you know, evenly, then you really can use those guns just as well as you can the meta.
Absolutely.
Not for once have I thought, man, if I had a meta gun, I would have done this or that better. You know what I
Go to
mean?
your crash site.
Oh shit.
Yeah, there's obvious advantages to having the meta stuff, like the M4s, you know, you're a little bit tighter grouping and things, but when you're in these combat situations, it's not too often that I'm like, oh, I'm at my maximum range for my AK. I wish I had the M4 so I could full auto a little bit further in a tighter grouping. Like
Right.
you want to get your gun to where it's functional. You want to have something responsive, something that works for you and what you need it for. But if you're just running a raid and you're looking for a gun to run, you can pick up just about anything that you can customize a bit and just pay attention to all of the stats, not just one or two. And you will be surprised with what you come up with, 100%. Let's do it here. Let's do a wall shoot here on this. We'll do this wall over here since we can kind of gauge it off of something here. Stand at the
Yeah, just stand right
this
there.
or some
Yeah,
shit?
yeah.
Let's look at hip fire. I mean, the AK climb is there, but pretty consistent recoil pattern there. At that medium range, do you need anything tighter than that? It's so hard to build that out of the AK, that jump. I mean, that's a solid hip fire. If somebody was running through here, I could, you know, hit them with it. That's simple enough, and ADS is tight.
Here's the bad MCX. I'm just gonna try to stick to that blue Kamachka sign. Not bad.
No. Tighter than I expected, but it's MCX is a good platform.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Now, stat-wise, vertical recoil on the stock is 81, horizontals 225. On the built, it's 68, horizontals 188. So there's not, you know, there's a good bit between them. So I expect this will be like a lot tighter. We'll just go to the left of it right here. Yeah.
Yeah, there's nowhere near as much vertical to it. Hey, look,
Right.
all
It
four
had a
patterns
little-
stayed.
Yeah, they did. Had a little jump right here, but besides that, that was like after that little jump, it stuck right in the middle. But I think what that shows, if anything, there's still not much difference.
No, yeah, you can only, and it just justifies the idea that you don't have to run the meta parts that much more. And it's also about just build identity too, right? Like having something that every time you run this AK or run this platform, it's the same looking build, same build, same build, same build, rinse and repeat, same build, same build. It gets old. We've all done it. So knowing that you can just put stuff together and balance it to a degree, you can get good outcomes with it, and you get a different looking AK that functions a little bit differently, and you're using parts that are relatively cheaper as well, or in most cases.
Right,
But
right.
that's another thing I wanted to point out is this horizontal number is always so high, and it always looks so scary. But even with in the hipfire and in this test, like that's not a massive amount of horizontal recoil. I know a lot of times I'm always like, oh, that horizontal is so high. What can I do to get that down? What can I do to get it down? But it's like it's just always going to be higher. I think there's really
Right.
not a lot you can do about it. There's always going to be that horizontal climb or horizontal recoil to the gun because that's just what they do. They kick. So it is makes sense for it to be a bit higher.
It's just the normal pattern.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to comment below and leave a like on the video. If you enjoyed this content and want to keep up to date with everything we do, consider subscribing to the channel. We post every Monday and Thursday with live streams through the week right here on YouTube. We'll catch you next week. See ya. Jesus. Oh, man.